Shallow fishes, I'm Mermaid Liv, and today we are taking a dive into the past.
Don't know why you say goodbye, I say shallow.
That's right, it's Throwback Thursday, so I thought I would share this footage with you. This is a video I filmed a couple years ago titled Confessions of a Professional Mermaid. Do you want to know why I never shared it? Well, unfortunately, after I filmed that video and I went back to watch it, I could hear my parents arguing in the background. So I never did anything with that video, but today I dug up that footage and I decided to revive it. So without further ado, here is Confessions of a Professional Mermaid. Enjoy!
Hello, I'm Mermaid Liv, a professional mermaid and content creator, and today I'm gonna spill some tea. Today I am giving you a professional confessional. I'm talking about professional mermaids. I'm going to be sharing some of my secrets as a professional mermaid, and I'll bet you if you're a professional mermaid you can resonate with some of these. If you're not one, well, now you have a little bit of insight on some of the things that can happen at mermaid gigs or just as a professional mermaid in general. So if you're new to the mermaid world, you might be wondering what a professional mermaid is. And I'll tell you. A professional mermaid is a magical being who spreads joy and positivity and magic to the children and gets paid to do it. I happen to be one. You just get to perform in a mermaid tale. It's super cool, super fun, super magical. I recommend it if that's your thing. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes things happen that are not ideal. So here are some things that I'm not so happy to admit. Number one, sometimes I forget the kids' names and faces.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
When you're dealing with a lot of kids, and you're seeing them so fast back and forth here and there, it's hard to memorize who's who and like be able to put names to faces, because I do try to make all the kids feel included by asking them their name and trying to get to know each one, but it can be really hard, especially when you only have like an hour or two with them. Another confession based on that is that I kind of forgot which kid was the birthday girl, and I may not have given her as much attention as I should. So I'm not proud to admit that, but, you know, do your best. Number three, here's something that happened that was like, no, wardrobe malfunction. I was in the hot tub. Kids love going in hot tubs. I hate going in hot tubs because I always get air bubbles and my tail blows up, and that's, like, obviously not a real tail. A real mermaid tail wouldn't do that. Although, I could say that mermaids are like pufferfish, and when we go in hot water, we inflate a little bit. I'll keep that on the back burner. Anyway, where was I? My ADHD brain can't even right now. Hot tub. My top came undone, and I could feel it, and I was like, oh god. And luckily, since we were in the hot tub, I was able to just kind of like tie it, but really hope no one saw anything. Number four. This is a confession. I'm sure I'm not the only one who deals with this, but I get really bad anxiety before gigs or like leading up to a gig, because I guess I'm just so scared of making a mistake or something going wrong. You know, I'm nervous about like misspeaking or something, or having kids ask me so many questions and not being able to come up with good answers. But you really do have to be prepared for those things, but I still worry that I'm gonna have little mistakes. So before each gig, I'm always just so nervous. And I get a little bit of social anxiety, but that generally it goes away. Like as soon as I'm in my mermaid tail, I'm no longer a human. I'm Mermaid Liv. And I'm ready to make some magic. I had a festival coming up, and you get anxiety that there's gonna be like merverts. We all know merverts. Uncomfortable. So sometimes I get anxiety about that. Sometimes I get anxiety that there'll be like weird dads at the mermaid gigs, or even like just weird anyone. Like at one of the mermaid gigs I went to, I had some pictures taken, and in the background this lady was like smirking at me, like, or scowling at me or something. Maybe it was just a coincidence, or maybe she was like, wow, this mermaid, so dumb, weird mermaid. I don't know. I probably was overthinking, but I just worry that at a gig some people will think it's weird. It's like I feel like you either love it or you hate it. So yeah, the mermaid anxiety. Confession number 5. Kids will be kids. They're young, they're growing and learning new words and things, and they've got potty mouths. Sometimes kids are gonna say inappropriate things. I said, what song should I sing? And this boy goes,
Butthole, butthole, butthole.
like, because it's not my job to, like, parent them. But I did feel the need to be like, oh, that's inappropriate. Don't say that, you know. So here's another confession. Number 6. One time, I was getting towards the end of the gig, and it was an afternoon gig, so it started getting a little later, and I was like so close to being done, but I started getting cold. Like the water, being in the water for so long kind of got to me, and it was getting colder in the day. My teeth were like chattering, and I was like, you know, trying to finish up the gig, like still talking to the kids and stuff, and I was just trying so hard not to seem like my teeth were chattering, because, you know, I guess you think mermaids are like adapted to cold weather and colder waters, so I felt like it maybe isn't as realistic to seem like I'm vulnerable to the cold. Maybe I'm overthinking again. But anyway, this is the last confession, and it's the worst thing that has ever happened at a mermaid gig. If you've seen my video on mermaid horror stories, it's a pretty funny one. I tell this story in that, and now I'm telling it here. But you should still go check out the other video. So, it was the end of the gig. I was like, thank God this is done, because those kids were rough. They were really, like, with the questions and trying to disprove me, and it was stressful, and, you know, it's not fun when they don't believe in you. Anyway, I was ready to get going, and it had been an hour. It was time to go. I was trying to figure out how to get out of there without the kids seeing me. I had a little rolling cart, so I thought I was going to be able to sit onto the cart and then be rolled all the way back to the car. But their pool, you had to get to it by a set of steps. So the rolling cart was really out of the question. Except there was a hill that led back to the cars, so I thought maybe we would do that. But then when I was getting ready to leave, they were getting all the kids together, and they said they would get the kids out of view. So I thought that meant I was going to be able to take my tail off and then walk to my car because they would be out of view. But they lied. The kids were still in view. And they all saw me walking across the lawn, holding my tail. It looked like a deer in headlights. I was like, oh, Shell, they've seen me. So sad. And I was standing there with all the kids laughing and pointing at me and holding my tail and trying to open the gate, but I was at the wrong gate, and that gate was not supposed to open. So, I need to stop thinking about that now. I think I need to end this video. It was traumatizing. It was such a stressful moment. But at least I can look back and laugh about it. At the end of the day, that's what you gotta do. Like, just like how one day I'm gonna laugh about how I poured tea on my nice fluffy robe. Now I have to wash it, which means more time that I can't wear it. Speaking of which, I'm getting cold. So, hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching that video. I hope you found it interesting. If you found it interesting, then you might find some of my other stuff interesting, and therefore you should subscribe. I would be super grateful. Don't forget to hit that like button and that bell icon so you can get notifications of when I post. Have a magical day. Bye-bye.